So crypto is dipping again. It's the dip that keeps on dipping. We can see that. It's not been fantastic. We're going to talk about Lingo today, which is like a heavily influencer backed coin, but we'll go into a bit about what the project is and is it worth going into? Is it risky? We'll see. Yeah, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, everything's down. Essentially, everything seems to be plummeting down. Is this the final dip? Who knows? Who knows at this stage? There may be more to come. I think we've had tariff issues for February. We had all that stuff happening in January as well. So we'll see what goes on. So Lingo, this is the project we're talking about today. Like a real world asset project, but it's backed, like I said before, heavily by influencers. It's claiming to be the world's first real world asset powered rewards ecosystem. The guy who founded it was massive in a particular rewards program with a hotel chain and things like that, and he sold those on. If we look at it, the rewards are going to be powered by real world assets. So Lingo is the first token that leverages real world assets, gamification, and crypto culture to fuel and disrupt community rewards. If my eyes look like they're slowly closing, it's purely because I've done back-to-back night shifts. I've had zero sleep. I'm trying my best to try and get a video out every day, and I missed yesterday because I fell asleep and slept too long, which isn't good. But it is what it is, unfortunately. Um, Looking deeper into this, so a bit further than this, we managed $3 billion worth of assets so far, but it's so the Lingo is going to surprise you with rewards at 3,000 plus brands, and I'll show you how they do that in a second. Across 80 countries, thanks to our network of 100,000 hotels and gift card partner Pfizer app. So you've got Nike, Spotify, Starbucks, IKEA, Netflix, Uber, PlayStation, and Marriott Hotel. So obviously, there is that's a lot of real big influence. They're big companies. They're not tiny companies. Again, I'm still kind of on the fence with this particular project, but we'll go into this a bit more to dig in. I still think there'll be a lot of money to be made off this because I don't think that the influencers and the people who have backed it have got their money out yet. So maybe there's still chance for some growth. So engineered for exponential growth, every Lingo platform fees contribute to the real world asset pool that powers Lingo's rewards ecosystem. The model is designed for exponential growth, organic community, more real world assets, and higher rewards, and then repeat that process. So it's like on a wheel where these things like feed into each other, which is interesting. Um, we've got if you look on the right, there's a lot of influencers here. They're like tweets sort of coming up on the screen that you can see. So designed for the next billion, consumer crypto is the ultimate frontier. Our ecosystem is designed by everyday users, built by tech veterans, and backed by major voices to reach mainstream audiences. So I think now, and this is not just particularly on these particular influencers, but I've recently seen um, what a lot of influencers are actually charging for a video, charging for these different things. The amounts are ridiculous. They are insane amounts. It shocked me how much crypto influencers are actually getting paid. I don't consider myself an influencer anyway. I just talk to you about projects and some that I buy, some that I don't. It's not like I don't have. I've only ever had one sponsored video, and that was a cryptomony. I don't had any project sponsor the channel yet. But even if I did, I'd 100% tell you that before the video starts. It just blew my mind about how much these people are actually earning. So it is one to kind of think about in the back of your mind. Um, we'll keep going. So go back to that. So meet our team. So there's Google, Binance, um, Booking.com, John Paul, Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, apparently the link to that is one of the players. It's Kingsley Coman. He invested in the project. I don't think Bayern Munich are necessarily backers themselves. I think it's more likely this is just one of the players, which is this guy, Kingsley Coman. Decent player, like it, don't get me wrong. You've got the guy from Kraken, Tal Cohen. You've got the Downmaker guy. You've got both the lads from Altcoin Daily. So they've got over, like I say, over 1 million subscribers. So there's going to be plenty of videos about this project coming out on their channels, which will ultimately pump the price. So I imagine that because we're in such a dark turn at the minute, this could be a buy right now. Um, is it a long-term hold potentially if you want to do the staking and rewarding and rewards? It depends what side of the fence you sit on with that. So we've got the guy from Swissborg as well, and Mantra Networks, Kenny Lee, supported by Google Cloud for startups. But I've been informed quite reliably that Google startups, they pretty much you can put that on your website for pretty much anything. They do tend to be very generous in their accolade of a project, right? And then we've got Base, Solana, which they're both available now. It was only on Base for a bit, but it's now on Solana. I think it's Polygon backed originally. But the bit I wanted to talk to you about is this. So this is the Do Your Own Research tab. This isn't very good. This part is not very good. So I've gone through this and I've looked at all the videos. I mean, there's a lot of parties going on, things like that, whether that's a good thing. I know crypto's in the shit today, so it's probably not the best day to be looking at different things, but this could be an aspect. So I went through it, looked at some of the events, and they've also got like videos on here as well, so you can have a look. I mean, the PR side of it's going to be huge. This is going to be the most one of the most marketed crypto projects I would imagine in the space. I'm slightly concerned about it myself. It could be one of those ones that you could flip, unless you want to do the long-term hold and get the rewards, which we'll go into in a second. But I watched these 4 videos looking for more of a concept about what they were trying to do. The videos are great. They are made really well. They're interesting. They're engaging. They're entertaining. But doesn't really give you much. Doesn't really tell you much about what's going on. Here's the team. Have a look to flick through that. The ad docs, which is good, so you can go through and have a look at all these people within the team. This guy, Apple, Nokia, Aston Martin, Maserati, Microsoft. I mean, they are big companies that he's worked for, so he's obviously going to have a bit about himself. So the team, I think, is fine. Here's the bit where you can start staking. So I'll do the frequently asked questions for you. So if you buy Lingo, stake it, you generate power miles. So staking Lingo will give you guaranteed prizes and access to prize draw raffles, which I'll show you in a sec. Airdrops, rewards from partner projects, and more. The more you stake, the more you get. Important to qualify for the airdrops, you must stake at least $500 worth of Lingo for 6 months or 1 year. And then it shows you their partners, shows you the prize you can get: MacBook, iPhone, cars, Rolexes. I mean, much more, a lot of crypto bro type stuff. So Power Miles offer multiple benefits in the Lingo ecosystem, including guaranteed prizes, access to daily prize raffles, airdrops, rewards from partner projects, and more. And you can earn Power Miles by staking Lingo. So there's it feeds into that. Stake your Lingo tokens to earn Power Miles. You have the option to stake without locking your tokens, or choose a lock-in period of 1 month, 6 months, or 12 months. Tokens will automatically unlock at the end of the unlocking period, and you can unstake your unlocked Lingo at any time. You can easily claim and stake your claimable Lingo tokens in one go, or stake a portion of the tokens that are already in your wallet. And after the lock-in period ends, you can choose to renew your staking position or unlock your tokens until you decide your tokens will keep generating Power Miles, but without the extra boost provided by the lock-in period. And staking will be conducted on the Base blockchain. And then it shows you how the Power Miles are calculated. So the more Lingo you stake, the more Power Miles you'll earn. Power Miles accumulate hourly based on your active staking positions. Your Power Miles balance is tied directly to your wallet, and for every 20 Lingo staked without locking, you'll earn 1 Power Mile per day. Choose 1, 6 to 12 months for a power boost and faster accumulation. So I don't really want to stake something for 12 months at the moment because we're in a bull run. But if you were staking it previously, it's not so bad. And then here's the rewards section. You can trade them for like mystery boxes, dream rewards, and then you've got like iPhones, Apple Vision Pro. So if you were going to hold the project, believe in it long term, think it's going to do really well over the long term, you may as well stake and earn the rewards, because they're basically they're going to be free. Then this bit as well, I kind of look into. So it's bringing crypto to the real world, because I believe this particular project will be splashed all over YouTube and Twitter and X and things like that. So it's saying it's an entirely new model of generating tangible community rewards supported by real world assets. Lingo's business model relies on platform fee that are later reinvested into real world assets, which generate consistent value, adding up to the rewards pool with compounding growth, which is good. But like I say, it was difficult to find out exactly what they were doing. This is probably the best bit of information, because they were talking about real world assets, they're talking about real estate. This was one of the better bits of information. So on their light paper, Lingo rewards are backed by a portfolio of real world assets, mainly short-term rental apartments. The revenue from these assets fund their rewards to the users. When selecting assets, Lingo focuses on major global cities like Paris, Dubai, and Miami, looking for stable long-term returns with an average target of 6%. The properties are optimized for short-term rentals and looking for 7 to 9% return to add to the community. Unlike other tokenization platforms, Lingo does not tokenize the properties themselves, but uses the income it generates to back its utility token. The way Lingo focuses on rewards rather than real estate. Through partnerships, Lingo also gets bulk discounts, adding value to the rewards for the users. So things like PropBase, they tokenize the actual real estate property, and then you have like shares almost within that property. Whereas obviously Lingo do it differently, and they're trying to generate better rewards for you in other ways, not necessarily the tokenization of the property for yourselves. I think I still prefer PropBase in that regard, personally. They were launched on Angel Block, and then you can see all the investors here, so who came in and invested. A lot of big names, including Kingsley Coman, who's obviously Bayern Munich football player. But then you've got the KOL investors, Miles Deutscher. You've got the two brothers from Altcoin Daily, Ivan on Tech, Virtual Bacon's in there, Brian Young, Crypto God John, Joe Paris. A lot of people in there. Now, they all might be really, really good people. They might be kind, nice people. I'm just always a bit wary that they've got a real big advantage on taking. They could dump on you quite easily. I'm not saying they will. They may not. They may want to. They may, be right behind this project, see it through to the end. They've probably not made all of the money they want to take out of this yet. I imagine this could fly during the bull run, but I imagine that they'll be selling. So it's worth kind of thinking about what your expectations is for this. This could do 100x if it gets to, if the real world asset market cap right now at the minute is $36 billion, which is not a lot for a whole asset class. But if it goes and does what Mantra does or Ondo, if it goes and does that, you're looking at 100x. Do I think it'll 100x? If they want it to, they can definitely pump it high enough to do that. But it depends on when they're going to be taking profits. And I think it's something you're going to have to keep an eye on. But it's down to yourselves. Obviously, there's no financial advice. If you think the project's good and you want to invest into it, I'd always have some target prices set in mind at different levels just to know where you're going to take profit. Don't want to be ended up holding this bag, I wouldn't have thought. Next bull run again, when it runs again, if they're all still there and super bullish on it again, then maybe there's an opportunity to run it back up. But for me, I'm not invested in this particular project. I think it's okay. I quite like it. It looks interesting, but it's not what I'm going to invest into. Here's its X account, 661,000 followers. Huge amount of followers. And then the price at the minute is at 3 cents, just over 3 cents. It's had a big dip, but that's not because of the project. The whole of crypto is having a big dip at the minute, but market cap only 41 million, which I think might be slightly lower now. 40 million. So yeah, 40 million at the minute. Could it go and do an Ondo? Quite possibly. But it's not one that I'm going to be prepared to risk on at this stage. 51% down from its all-time high of about 2 months ago, and it's only 30% up from its all-time low. So this could be an opportunity to buy it if you are interested in buying this. You can buy it on Qcoin. You can buy it on MEXC, Gate.io. If you do want to buy this coin, I do have an affiliate link for MEXC in the comments below. If you've not got an MEXC account, in the description, click that, and it does give a kickback to the channel. So thank you to everyone who's already done that. I really appreciate it. If you look at the kind of vesting schedule, this doesn't look that bad. Like looking at this, I don't think it looks that bad. Your next unlock, I think, was it March? Yeah, March the 12th. And then daily for a little while in March. It doesn't look like massive amounts. So that could still be okay, but I'd be very wary that if they wanted to take their profits, they can do that at any stage. Now, imagine it'd be very coordinated and would probably leave a lot of retail investors such as us at a bit of a loss. So it's one of them ones where I'm not massively bullish on the project. I know the people behind it will definitely make it go. So it is down to your individual risk. If you feel as though they're not going to dump on you so early, then it might be worth holding it, get a 10, 20, 30x potentially. This could 100x. It definitely could because of who's behind it. But it all depends on whether they want it to or not. And I imagine they probably will because then they can call it on their channels and things like that. So it'll be promoted everywhere. I guarantee that it'll be promoted everywhere. For me, I'm not going to invest into it. But for anyone who does, absolutely good luck. I hope it does really, really well for you. I'm not going to try and put anyone off it. But let me know in the comments below. Are you in Lingo? Do you like it? What were your reasons for going into Lingo? Are you apprehensive? Let me know in the comments below. Like the video, please, if you did. And also smash the subscribe button. We're getting closer to 5,200 subscribers now, which is absolutely mind-blowing. So thanks for all your support. Wherever you're in the world, whatever you're doing, have an amazing day. Have an amazing evening. I'm going to go to sleep, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Goodbye.